Hello and welcome to Sunrise Cardcast, your one-stop podcast shop for all things hockey cards. My name is Eric Andrews, also known in the hobby as Hammerhawks, and I'm joined by my co-host and fellow hobbyist Aaron Goldstein, better known in the hobby as Crease Collector. So first up, we both have some pickups to share. So Aaron, do you want to start off with your new pickup?
I do, yes. This was sort of unplanned, but was visiting Whitby, Ontario this past weekend, over the long weekend here, and stumbled upon a card shop thanks to my fiance, who kind of surprised me with, a quick little Google search, and it's like, hey, we have some time to kill. Let's find this card shop. And for the life of me, I can't remember the card shop name, but we were in there, a nice little establishment, and we were looking through some of the Toronto cards, and she pulled out, a couple of Belfour cards, and I finally, you know, was done looking through the stuff I was looking for, and kind of had a look at them, and managed to snag this one, which is really good for a nice price. This one is from 0506 SB Game Used, is the gold parallel of Ed Belfour. So pretty cool. I mean, like anything from 0506, if you're like me, has a certain nostalgia. And I've always been a fan of the SB Game Used sets, especially the parallels. So it's a nice little pickup there. And yeah, I don't see too many of the gold parallels kicking around for him. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, definitely a cool pickup in its own right, but yeah, to just kind of stumble upon a shop and then to find something that definitely fits your collection is really, really cool, and especially given that you got a really nice deal on it too.
Well, for sure. It checks all the boxes, definitely. So yeah, nice little surprise pickup for sure.
Very, very cool. And I also recently added a pretty nice card to my collection, as is often the case with the nice stuff. Aaron doesn't know what it is, but I was at least kind of nice to you this time, where I gave you a couple of hints telling you that it is a one of one. It is a type of one of one that we each have in our collection already, but I don't have one of this player prior to this card, obviously. So with those hints, do you have any guess as to what it might be?
I've been pretty good with my guesses on the show, but I don't know. This one's tough. I mean, especially with a one of one. I'm gonna guess, a cup black card, because we both kind of have those, and a one of one, like you said. But as far as the player, I have no idea. Maybe it was a nice kind of value pickup. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna, well, I'm gonna go with that. I can't guess the player, but yeah, I'm gonna guess a cup black one of one.
It's a good guess. I mean, that's definitely a type of card we have in our collection. It is not a cut black,
Dang.
unfortunately. That was a good guess, though. Instead, it is a stick handle card from President's Choice of Marc-Andre Fleury.
Dang, that's really nice. Ooh, that's so good. Wow. Yeah, I didn't expect that for sure. That's awesome. I would have thought they'd be, scooped up already. That is a really nice card. What's the story behind that? That's wonderful. Like, I'm just surprised that you were able to pick this up. Like, just the availability of this thing, with all the Flurry collectors out there. I mean, Kendall being obviously the number one. Like, I know he has a ton of these already, but yeah, like that's a really nice card. How'd you manage to beat everyone?
Yeah, so big shout out to my buddy Mike Miller. This card used to be in his collection, and I know he got it right as soon as this came out. It's from the Best in Net series, which was released, I think, back in 2017, I want to say. One of the first products that Dr. Price did with President's Choice. And yeah, Mike had this card right from the get-go, and it's been in his collection ever since. And of late, he's kind of been starting to piece out some of the cards in his collection, and made this one available. And we were able to come to a deal. So yeah, obviously just a really beautiful card. I know this stick handle design is one that we've seen before, though kind of interestingly, most of them have the silver background, whereas this one is a gold background. And
Love the
Mike
gold.
Mike kind of explained to me that the gold ones were kind of like almost in the first run of stick handle cards done with President's Choice. There was actually, at the very beginning, there was actually a wood grain design that was done for a few players. And I know he has a few of those, or at least one left, but he has had a few of those over the years. And then after that was when this design that we're kind of familiar with came into play, but it started out being gold. And I don't know if it was, I think it might have just been in the Best of Net series with the gold background. And then after that, they transitioned to the silver background that I know we both have in our collection and probably a lot of people have seen online over the years. But yeah, so kind of just interesting for it to be one of the gold background ones, knowing that that's one of the first ever stick handle cards from President's Choice and being from the best in net product. And obviously, I really like that the stick handle piece itself is really large. I know some flurry stick handles are not, and they're just kind of smaller pieces. Like I know Kendall has one that's a much smaller piece that doesn't fill up that window super well. So definitely glad about that. I know this stick is the one that was used on the solid gold Vezina Trophy winner cards. So that's cool. Nice little tie to the collection there. And then, of course, I really like the Winter Classic inspired jersey that's in the photo as well. So yeah, just a beautiful card. And again, big shout out to Mike for letting this one go and working with me on it. And definitely one that I am very, very excited to have in my collection for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know the story behind that. I know, but like as far as, stick handles from my collection, I know the ones that, for the Enroth cards that first came out was the silver one, and then later was the gold one. So I don't know as far as like production timelines. Maybe the golds were done first, and maybe the silvers were kind of released as that first run. But I'm not exactly sure. Maybe these gold ones were kind of because I know they were, I believe, in smaller quantities when I did start seeing the golds come out. So maybe they were kind of the first kind of run as far as the stick handle set was concerned. And then maybe for whatever reason, there was a bunch more of the silvers made. So that was kind of the first big sort of promotion like of these cards existing on his site. But yeah, like I didn't know that as far as the golds being kind of the first ones kind of made, for President's Choice. So that's kind of cool. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd be curious if you dug the gold one out to see when it was produced. I just grabbed the Flurry and it is from 2017. So,
Okay. I don't have the gold one. Like I remember seeing it up for sale
oh, okay.
after I got my first one.
Gotcha.
So I don't know exactly when it was produced. It was probably produced in and around the same time. But at least for me, the first one I saw available was the silver one. But again, when it was actually first produced, who knows? But I know it was up for sale after the gold one being up after the silver one. So if that makes any sense. So that's really cool though, as far as when these were first produced. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Always cool to kind of learn a little bit more about the backstory. I mean, the card in and of itself is obviously great, but kind of learning what was behind it and everything too, just gives you a little bit more appreciation for the card too. So always nice when you can learn more about those cards in your collection. So I think that will do it for the mail, and we will transition to kind of some of the main parts of the episode. We're going to go through 23-24 Upper Deck Series 2 again a little bit. Obviously, we have done the release day episode with Billy Celio. We have done our initial reaction, but we thought it would be fun to do kind of a quote unquote post-mortem with Billy about the product. And then also touch on 22-23 Parkhurst Champions, which came out recently, as well as 23-24 Star Rookies, 22-23 Clear Cut, and 22-23 OPC Platinum, all of which came out recently as well. So yeah, just wanted to go over those. So joining us now is the man, the myth, the legend, autograph aficionado, and Upper Deck product manager, Billy Celio. Billy, thanks so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
I've been on here enough. I don't think I'm a myth anymore. I think people know I do exist. But no, doing good, doing good.
That's fair. That's fair. I would hope they know you exist as well. I know when we had you on to talk about 23-24 Series 2, we had talked about how we might circle back and do a little bit of a post-mortem with you about the product. So even though that won't be the main part of the episode, we did at least want to circle back on that a little bit. So I guess my first question is, what are the reactions that you've had to how the product has been received by the hobby?
It's obviously everyone's got, Bedard fever. They're really excited about it. I've seen a lot of really nice Bedard cards come out. I think the addition of some of the parallels, like the Outburst cards, have really added value to the boxes. And, it was people like the cards for Series 1, but when they're getting a Connor Bedard or a Carlson or somebody else Outburst or Outburst Red, then it's a real big deal. So I'm happy. I think it looks a lot nicer than just like a French parallel of that card. And then you obviously you have the clear cuts, the high gloss. We added the deluxe, which also adds, more value to the boxes. That's one of our big goals this year, was to figure out how to add more value to the boxes for the pack opener experience. We hear a lot of, oh, well, I don't get jerseys anymore, and autographs are not even want a case now. So for the people that have conceived hits as an autograph or a memorabilia card, they think that we took all the fun out of it. And to be honest with you, I think it's a pretty fun rip right now.
Absolutely, yeah, I would agree with that for sure. One question that I've seen a lot of people kind of wondering about is a lot of the Young Guns do have some of that edge chipping that we did see in Series 1 as well. For those who didn't hear that release day episode with you, kind of explaining the card production process and how that all works, can you explain how some production issues like that happen and then kind of what the quality control process is in a situation like that?
I'm not going to say I'm oblivious to potential damage here and there to cards, but to be honest with you, I've seen quite a few nines and tens on PSA pop counts. So, and I think they have their pop counts correct. There's not more than 101 in there. I'm just joking. Can laugh at myself sometimes, but I really, honestly, the case that I ripped for our QC, I really didn't see too many issues. But there are instances where, maybe the blade's done a lot of work, and it's time to change the blade, and they didn't catch it soon enough. That maybe some of the cards come back a little chipped here and there. But for the most part, I honestly haven't heard much concern about the condition of the cards.
Yeah, I think across the board they definitely look pretty good. One thing that we didn't get a chance to talk about on the release day episode because it hadn't yet happened was, of course, that $1 million bounty for the Bedard Gold Outburst Young Gun. One of the downsides of recording ahead of time, I suppose. But I would love to hear your thoughts and reaction when you first heard about that bounty.
Hey, I mean, there was already buzz beforehand that some people were going to put some bounties on it. I know you guys put like a $20 bounty on the card or something around there. I can't remember, but I was intrigued to see, what our distributors or what some of our shops were going to do. And man, when that first like, let's not, someone didn't start off at 100,000 and then someone try to top them with 150,000. Oh no. David Adams went right for the throat, I guess you could say, and threw that $1 million bounty, which I believe is the highest bounty for a sports trading card that has ever happened. I think the Lord of the Rings ring card, I think, also had like $1 million bounty on it also. But wow, what a great soundbite! What a way to start the search for Bedard out there. That one on one, someone throws $1 million at you. That's pretty awesome. And as far as I know, so far nobody's gotten that. I mean, it would be kind of sneaky if someone did get it and they just didn't say anything. Eric, no, I'm just kidding. But
Unfortunately not.
no, okay, I was just trying to catch you. But yeah, wait, I don't see Aaron on the screen anymore. Maybe he's trying to hide the 101 that he pulled somewhere because he doesn't want to show you. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. We definitely were surprised, and you know, hopefully that collector gets it and can take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely cool. I haven't heard anything about it either. I know there's been some misunderstandings that people have had about which card it was or whatever, and they said it was out there, but yeah, I have not heard any confirmation either. So it'll be cool to see what happens. Kind of going along with that, I know people have been speculating about how the Gold Outburst was held back for EPAC. I know that's something that we've discussed previously, but for those who haven't heard previous episodes, what would you be able to say about that?
I can say that I might have said something somewhere else, and I'll just kind of not repeat what I said because I don't want to get in any kind of trouble or discourage people from purchasing on any platform of being able to get Series 2 cards.
Fair enough. Is there anything else about Series 2 now that it's been out for over a month at this point? Anything else that you want to share about the product and how the hobby has reacted to it?
I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait for extended now. It's one of those things where there's so much like you just so much anticipation for these sets to come out, and by the time it comes out, you're already thinking about next year's. I've already built 24-25 series 2 and 24-25 extended. Like, that's how far ahead we work. So yeah, I love how much people enjoy the Bedard cards, and there's a whole lot more Bedard in extended, and I think extended's finally going to get the love it deserves.
Awesome. I hope so too, because I've always enjoyed all the inserts that are in extended each year, and I'm sure this year will be no different. So, switching gears from flagship to 22-23 Parkhurst Champions. This is a product that I think a lot of people are really excited about and looking forward to for quite a while, and it is finally here. So we're gonna do kind of a review and break at the same time, like how we've done a few times before. So for people who are not familiar with the product, it's 8 cards per pack, 20 packs per box, 1 auto or memorabilia per box with 1 additional hit or rare chase card per box. So again, I'll ask you a question while I'm opening a pack, and then we can kind of go back and forth that way. So first up, of course, Parkhurst has a lengthy history in the hockey card hobby, but it's not something that we see done in a physical hobby release each year. So what prompted its return in that way for 22-23?
Well, like we've got Parkers, which we've done, and you'll continue to see this next year. I think that's actually coming out fairly soon. But Parker's Champions is an older set that we were looking for another different kind of set, and hard signed, something that you know w- we have all these really cool Parker's designs. Like, we should use them. So we built this set really based off of the 51 Parkers design, and wanted to kind of create something cool where we can kind of continue for a few years each year, update the Parkers design, the retros and everything. And there's different type of collectors, and this is really a set collector set. And there's a lot of different parallels, but when I say parallels, I don't mean like there's a million parallels. There's just a significant amount of parallels to where it kind of can meet every kind of collector's wishes of what they collect. If they just want to collect a base set, you know what? There's SPs to the base set. It's not super simple, but it's not super hard. And then you've got, other parallels in there that require a little bit more work. You have your rainbow, your gold, and your red. So it's all just kind of like different levels of collecting. And that's one thing I love about hockey, building hockey card sets. There are a lot of set collectors in the hockey card community. It's not just rip them and flip them. It's not just throw some horns on and you'll see it on eBay in 2 seconds. A lot of people collect players, a lot of people collect sets. So this is one of those that we wanted to build something for those set collectors. Not every set is made for every type of collector. And this one, there's still definitely some big hit opportunities here, but this one's really for the set collectors.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really like how you mentioned, set collectors. I think some of the, I guess, comments of the hobby nowadays is that, we don't see a lot for the set collector, but, here you are, in a non kind of OPG product, here's something new. And, we're also going to build it, kind of tailoring it to the set collectors, which is really great to see, especially in like a newer structure of a product. Like ourselves, we really, really enjoyed, kind of the retro inspiration behind this product. Can you kind of share a little bit about the inspiration for this specific design and, when looking at building a product like this?
When we build sets and when we build inserts and stuff, sometimes we'll say something like, "We want this to look like a sibling of like a specific, we want the base card to look like a sibling of this, or an insert to look like a sibling of the base card, or whatever." So we kind of wanted the base card to look like a sibling of the 51 Parkers, the Gordie Howe rookie, the Rocket. There's so many unbelievable rookie cards in that set. But so there's some similarities. It couldn't be exactly the same, but there are some similarities. And then what was really cool, and I don't know if you were gonna, ask this question, but the minis, it was so funny because we ran and found an original card, and Grant was just like, "Is this the right size? I don't know if it's the right." Like just like looking at it, because most of the time you see those cards, they're slabbed, or they're protected, and we held one up to original, and it's the exact size. So I think we did a good job with that. I was very happy, but and then we got to have a little bit of fun with the minis also. But yeah, the inspiration was 51 Parkers. That's what we wanted to kind of replicate.
Very cool. Yeah. So I opened a few packs here while we were going through those first few questions. Rookies of Carson Meyer, Braden Schneider, and Noah Cates. Silver parallels of Jake Ottinger, William Carlson, and Elias Lindholm. A retro mini of Mark McLaughlin. And these are very cool in person for sure. And a gold rainbow rookie, which I believe the gold rainbows are one per box, of Lucas Dostal for the Anaheim Ducks. So that's a good one. And then Aaron and I were talking about this card before we started recording. So I'm very excited to have gotten one, and I'm pretty sure it's actually a gold parallel from the Wire Images set for the Chicago Blackhawks, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Oh, you guys are gonna have to fight
Nice.
over that one.
That's perfect. I mean, I'll give that to Eric for sure. But yeah, we were talking about that exact same card right before we, hit record here. So that's awesome.
The wire images were in the previous Parkhurst Champions set, so that was one that I definitely felt had to come back. We had done something similar in a set called Portfolio, where that kind of focused more on the photography, but we wanted to bring back the wire images because they look so cool. And it does kind of give it a vintage feel. The wire image, like you don't see wire imagery that much anymore. Everybody looks at videos on their phone or stuff pictures on Instagram. You don't necessarily see like the wire image stuff with the writing and stuff like you did back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. And yeah, I think, like you said, we've seen it in other Parkhurst products. We've seen it. I know Upper Deck Portfolio back in McDavid's rookie year had some of the wire photos as well. So always been kind of a fun theme and cool to see that continued over the years. One question I just thought of that I'd be curious to hear. Obviously, this product is based heavily on 51, 52, but I'm curious to hear you unpack a little bit more about the plans for the future with moving forward in the Parkhurst designs.
Yeah, it's not a one and done set, but we're not gonna repetitively do the 51s. We're gonna just kind of keep our moving our way up. So just kind of like metal champions. You can't do the same PMG set for the same guys every single year, like with the retros. We switched those up just to the rookies because we didn't want multiple Connor McDavid, retro designs. Same thing. So yeah, we'll be mixing in other designs for sure in the future.
That's awesome. Going back to the minis, the retro cards, when you shared this information, I pretty much lost my mind, and I'm talking about the wrapper backs. I mean, that was just insane. Like I really, it's the first time that stopped myself, when searching cards and stuff like that. When you kind of broke the news on that, what was the inspiration behind that? I mean, just super, super cool. Yeah, you can just get into that. Just I love those
Well,
cards.
I mean, you see people do different types of backs, and sometimes they do like these weird advertisement backs. Sometimes they do whatever. And I was just like, what's the original wrapper look like? Because guess what? I personally haven't gone out and bought any packs of 51, 52 Parkers, believe it or not. I'm old, but I'm not that old. And so I did some research and found the design. And here's where having some of the best designers helps. I talked to one of our lead designers. I'm like, I want this redone. I go, but I want Gretzky in there. Like find an old Edmonton Oilers Gretzky picture to kind of give it that retro feel, and use that as the back of the card. And the thing that what's awesome is they liked it so much they ended up using like the design for packaging also, because they did such a good job on it. You see like parts of
Yeah.
that design in the packaging because it was just such a cool thing that our art department was able to accomplish.
Very cool for sure. Yeah, just a very unique idea, and yeah, definitely a very cool addition to the product. Went through a few more packs here. Got a base of Marc-Andre Fleury, which is nice. A rookie of Mark McLaughlin, Ronnie Attard, and Mads Sogard. Silver parallels of Brock Besser, Joel Eriksson Ek, and Josh Norris, a color variation of David Perron, a mini of some guy for the Detroit Red Wings, Lucas Raymond, and
How many points does he have? Does he have more points than any of the Blackhawks this season? I'm just checking. I can check
it's entirely
while
possible.
while we're talking here. Yeah, just keep going.
It is
I'll just look it
possible.
up.
And finally, a rookie auto for the Anaheim Ducks of Lucas Dostal. So that's a nice one there. Very cool. Of course, in addition to the retro stuff, there are also some pretty cool and fun inserts in the product. The first one that immediately jumped out to me when I heard about the product were the Jukebox Hero cards. And again, they might be kind of self-explanatory, but do you want to talk a little bit about those?
I just wanted to add some 50s flair to it. Some of the inserts in there. There's even an insert that basically is things that happened in the 50s. So we wanted to just kind of add some 50s to it. And people listened to jukeboxes back in the day. So wanted to come up with kind of like a cool little die cut card for the set, and that's what we came up with. I think they're fun. It's not going to blow your socks off, but it's a fun design.
Very, very cool. Always nice when you kind of like reach back into the past for something like this, especially when thinking about the retro theme. We touched on this a little bit, but just the wire images cards, what kind of prompted the return on those? I know you mentioned that it's something that you had kind of had in the past, but what was the decision, to keep those going?
So I did some research on the previous Parkhurst Champions set, and I wanted to bring back some of this. Like we didn't bring back everything, but I wanted to bring back some of the stuff that was in the previous Parkhurst Champions. So Wire Images was one of those inserts, and you don't have to ask me twice to put in cool photography into a set. Like that's one of the things Upper Deck is known for is its photography. So if we have that opportunity, we're definitely going to do it.
Makes sense for sure.
Oh,
And
Eric, your mic was off when you asked the question. But yes, Lucas Raymond does have 60 points, and Connor Bedard only has 57. I thought that was the question you were asking, but it sounded like your mic was off. So I got it answered for you. You're welcome.
thank
I
you.
like how he just kind of slides that in there, just very on the sly.
I mean, I would be curious to hear how many more games Lucas Raymond has played, but that's a different conversation. But going over the last few packs, we have rookies of Wyatt Johnston, Alex Vlasic for the Blackhawks, Ben Myers, Nikita Okotiuk. We have a legend card of Phil Esposito. I know those are short prints within the set, so that's cool. Silver parallels of Nick Suzuki, Phil Tomasino, and Matthias Michelli, and a color variation of Mark Scheifele. And I know you had just kind of touched on those 1950s flashback cards that feature different events that happened in the 50s. Can you share a little bit maybe about how some of those events were selected for that set?
Honestly, so I don't necessarily do all the checklists. I just give directions on what to do. So we had a guy that I said, look, I want some highlights, like hockey highlights from that year, but I want some other stuff that happened during that time frame. And he, I think 51 or 50, 51, 52. And he did some digging and found some interesting stuff. That's for sure. But I just told him to have fun with it. Like it's not every card has to be serious. Believe it or not, coming from me, can you believe that? Not every card has to be serious. So
Can't believe it. I mean, you're a
um,
serious guy.
there was he found some interesting stuff, and I don't have a problem with any of it. We'll just say some of those events will never have cards again. So it's their rookie card.
Of course, of course. That's awesome. Back to, I guess, more hockey related things as well. One of the big inserts, the big chase cards here are the Parkhurst Cuts autograph cards. We've discussed cut autos a little bit before, but what made this kind of the right time to kind of bring back those kind of cut style autograph cards?
So again, I think they were in the original, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have to put them in there. In the past number of years, we've actually kind of pulled back the number of cut autographs that we put into sets. And one of the reasons is we've cut back in the number of sets that we put legends in. So this was an opportunity where, I was able to build a set and include legends in the set. So I felt it was an appropriate place to to bring back the cut signatures for this set. You know, we'll put it in the cup every now and then, and you might find a few. Like I think we did it in chronology and SP signatures, but that also deals with our alumni deal. So I mean, if you're going to give me the opportunity to put legends in there, might as well put some of the biggest ones possible. And guess what? Not all of them are alive, so we were able to throw in some big time autographs in there.
All right, next few packs we have rookies of Matt Boldy, Andre Kuzmenko, Jack McBain, Brandon Biro, Matthias Michelli, and Dylan Sandberg. Silvers of Noah Dobson, Caden Gooley, Victor Soderstrom, Robert Thomas, and Zach Hayes. And rainbows of Andrei Svechnikov, Gabriel Landeskog, and Matt Barzell. And kind of going off of those cut cards, another huge chase in the product are the memorable booklets autograph memorabilia cards and the memorable cut booklet autograph memorabilia cards. And we don't see cards like that all that often. So what was the inspiration behind them? And then I know those are redemption cards that were planned. So do you want to explain a little bit of the thought process behind that?
Yeah, first, did you pull? Is the Boldy an SP? I'm just curious.
It
Is it
probably
over 300?
is. Yes, it is.
Nice. See, that's a nice hit. So, you know, we're doing cut signatures and heck, let's take it to another level. So, we wanted to, and if you put them in a pack, it's pretty searchable. So we kind of had them as redemptions for that specific reason. And, you know, they're extremely rare cards. But you've got cut signatures, but we've got some really cool memorabilia for some of these guys that we just haven't put cards out there in a long time that is just memorabilia for them. So stick or old pads or jerseys and stuff. So might as well try to put the two together. And so that's where the memorable booklets are. And it's a little play on words because I like to be cutesy sometimes with my insert names. And so it has the mem as in it's like memorabilia and then the booklets. So yeah, just wanted to again, and it's you have your cuts and let's step it up a little bit also.
Awesome. I mean, we've talked about a whole lot of, big chase cards or just chase sets in this product, but probably one of the biggest ones that some people might not know are the original 51, 52 Parkhurst cards being inserted as buybacks in the product. What went into this huge decision, to include these crazy buybacks? Like these are awesome. If you were to hit some of these, amazing.
So you're missing one of the key points to this. We've put in 51 Parker's cards into sets before. What you're missing is these are actually signed 51, 52 Parker's cards.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
So
that.
yeah,
That's really
they're
cool.
extremely. So we don't have the whole set, but the ones that
Right.
we did, I didn't know you guys. I wasn't sure if you guys knew about that yet or not.
About
I
the
was ready. I
buybacks.
was ready
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
like, oh, and by the way,
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah, they're
I didn't know they were
original.
signed.
They are also signed, yes.
Okay.
So
Very cool.
we wanted to make it different than what we had done previously with a Parker set where we had like the original set. We've done that already. I remember I got to buy that set not on I think we bought it on eBay. But so this one we wanted to kind of take it up another level, and we were able to get a number of those cards that were signed and put redemptions in for those cards too.
That's something really, really cool. I mean, you talked about, bringing back Parkhurst again, and you've also talked about multiple times in this episode is taking it a step further, kicking up another notch for a lot of these sets or ideas of a set that people have maybe heard before. So if you're looking for something that, has that sort of vintage twist, but again, is like Billy has said multiple times, has that step above that next level, I think definitely Parker's Champions is for you. But that's just me. Like I personally really like the product. I love, the twists and turns that it has. And big surprises like these signed buyback cards, that seems awesome.
Yeah, it's a really simple set. I'm not saying it was simple to build, but I'm just saying it's a simple set. You have a nice base cards, and that's another thing, and this is something that I focused on a lot in SP Signature Legends. But I wanted a good size base card for this also. You know, you could have built a 100 card base set or even a 200 card base set. I wanted to, you know, I think what is it, 350? That's a good chunk set right there.
Big. Yeah,
So,
that's big.
and there's parallels, but there's not a million parallels to it. And there's some inserts and there's some parallels to the insert, but not a million parallels. And then, it's hard sign, which people like a lot more than stickers. And, there's some memorabilia in there. There's some cut signatures. There's some other stuff that is fun, but it's really kind of a simple set if you look at all the bells and whistles. But like you said, there's just we changed some things here and there to just try to elevate it from what it originally was.
Absolutely, yeah. Very, very, very fun product for sure. Next few packs, a rookie of Adam Raska, silvers of David Perron, Mikhail Granlund, and Vincent Trocheck, rainbow of Sean Couturier, a normal wire image of Seth Jarvis, and an insert that we haven't talked about yet, Tomorrow's Riches of Dawson Mercer. So I don't know if you want to talk about those Tomorrow Riches cards or if there's anything else about the product that you want to share as we wrap up here.
No, the Tomorrow Riches, it's again another fun little die cut insert that is kind of focused on some of the younger superstars that are coming into their own as stars in the league. So that's pretty much what that one is. It's again just kind of like a fun insert to put in there.
Makes sense for sure. I've still got a couple packs left here to open. So as I do that, is there anything else about 22-23 Parkhurst Champions that you want to touch on that we have not yet talked about already?
Man, you guys did your homework. I think you got most of everything that we put in there and pretty much asked about everything that's in there. So yeah, I'm excited about the popularity of it. I You never know when you build a set like this when people are expecting, a million hits and million numbered cards in all their boxes. I'm glad that this is being appreciated by, the hockey card collector. And it's pretty reasonably priced also, which I think definitely helps when you've got, series two boxes going for, $300 a piece. I don't even know what is that Canadian. Aaron, can you help me out here? What's it at now in Canada?
Not sure, but it's a lot.
Yeah, so when that's one of your other
Terrible.
options,
Yeah.
it's a fun little change of pace, I guess is the best way of putting it.
Absolutely. So rounding things out the last few packs, rookies of Zach Hayes, Jordan Harris, and Caden Korshak, silvers of Connor Garland, Jack McBain, and Dylan Sandberg, a wire image of Matthew Tkachuk. We got one of the 50s flashback cards with a gallon of gas costing just 27 cents. That sounds really nice. We do have one of the 51-52 retro wrapperbacks, which I know Aaron
Nice.
will like. Pretty cool card
Those are
of
so cool.
Brent Burns.
Hey, that's not bad at all. That's great.
And then a nice little bonus for me, the very last card of the box, a base card of Jacob Slavin.
Hey, those are nice. Those are really nice cards.
Pretty fun box there. Lots of fun stuff in the product, and yeah, just a nice change of pace, like you were saying, Billy. Just a nice, well-rounded product that has a little bit of everything for everybody. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun there. And thanks for taking time to join us as always. Really appreciate it. And yeah, highlighting another great product and a job well done by you and your team for sure.
Thanks, guys.
So that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that break. Like I said a minute ago, just a super fun product to open. Very well rounded, something in there for everybody. So yeah, definitely a job well done to Billy and his team on that product for sure. Really enjoyed that. And of course, always appreciate Billy jumping on and joining us to share his insight about the products that we all enjoy so much. So then let's highlight a few other products that have come out from Upper Deck recently. First one being 23-24 Star Rookies. Obviously, a very, very basic product. You guys are probably pretty familiar with it already. You just get a complete set of the base cards of that product and then one parallel or autograph per box. So I will go ahead and open this one up and run through it real quick. Obviously, getting a complete set guarantees you a Bedard Rookie Year card, which is great, as well as some other great players as well. So running through the base cards, we have Kevin Korchinski for the Blackhawks, Luke Evangelista, Samuel Bolduc, Adam Fantilli, Matt Coronado, Fraser Minton, Simon Edvidson, Will Cooley, Leo Carlson, Zach Benson, Vinny Desharnais, Matthew Nyes, Tyson Forster, Ty Cartier, Yaroslav Askarov, Akito Hirose, Logan Cooley, Ridley Gregg, some guy for the Chicago Blackhawks named Connor Bedard, Pavel Minchkov, Brock Faber, Devin Levi, Owen Beck, Matthew Patra, and Marco Casper. And the parallel for the box is a blue parallel for the Buffalo Sabres, Zach Benson. So definitely one of the better names there. So cool to get a parallel of him. And of course, like I said, a Bedard card is always nice for sure. So not too much to say about that product. I mean, it's a very simple product, very straightforward. Pretty much know what you're going to get every single time. So not to spend too much time on it, but definitely fun nonetheless. Moving on to 22-23 Clear Cut. This is obviously a much more exciting and interesting product just because it's a very, very, very high risk, high reward type of product. You just get the one card per box. Could be a fairly common rookie. It could be somebody like Wayne Gretzky. So you never know what you're going to get. One thing to note before we get into it is 22-23 is actually a combined product that includes 21-22 Clear Cut in it as well. And a big part of that is just because, you know, the production timelines and then securing all the autographs for the product takes a long time, especially for a product like Clear Cut. So it was kind of just getting to the point where they just said, we're just going to throw them together. So 22-23 Clear Cut is the product, but it does include all of the 21-22 content as well. So again, it's a very quick break. You know how you did right away. So we will get on into it here. So 22-23 Clear Cut, we have got a UD exclusives autograph for the Arizona Coyotes of Nathan Smith. So that is a rookie, and that is a 22-23 card. I know some people don't like the fact that 21-22 is included. Some people don't mind. But yeah, like I said, that is a true 22-23 card, and obviously getting a parallel autograph is nice, even though it's certainly not the biggest name. It's still a decent card there for sure. Turning to 22-23 OPG Platinum. I was mentioning to Aaron before the show that this is actually the very first time I've ever opened OPG Platinum. So I'm excited just to kind of see what the experience is like. Obviously, I've seen OPG Platinum cards. I have quite a few in my collection, but yeah, I've never actually opened it. So for those who are not familiar with it, you do get one autograph per box. And then, of course, you do get a number of numbered cards as well. I want to say you get 5 numbered parallels per box. So basically, you're getting a numbered card or an autograph in every other pack, as there are 12 packs per box, 12 cards per pack. So first pack, these are super thick packs too, which is, I don't know, I always just like when packs are really thick. It just makes it feel a little bit more special, a little bit more fun. So let's see what we've got in the first pack. I will not go through all the base, and I'll just make note of the notable rookies since I think you usually get 3 rookies per pack. So won't go through all those, but we'll call out the notable ones. So first pack, we have a photo-driven insert of Sebastian Aho, a rainbow of Philip Forsberg, and that's a cool looking card. A hot magma numbered out of 499 of Nick Robertson. Really cool pattern on those.
That's really cool, actually.
As I move on to pack number 2, have you ever opened OPG Platinum, Aaron?
I have not, but I mean, those golden treasures, though, are the sweetest one of ones. So I'm hoping you hit one.
Yeah, that'll be great, of course. We shall see. On to pack number 2, got a photo driven of Carey Price, a retro of Jonathan Berggren, a sunset of Dylan Samberg, and another hot magma numbered out of 499 for the Calgary Flames of Elias Lindholm. On to pack number 3, got a rookie of Pyotr Kochetkov, so that's a decent name there. Got a photo driven of Moritz Seider. Got a retro of Torrey Krug. We have a matte pink of Alex Nedeljkovic. I always really enjoy the matte pink, just a really cool finish on the cards if you guys have not seen those in person. On to pack number 4. Got a rookie of Marco Rossi. Got a sweet selections of Jacob Perreault. Got a rainbow of Nikolai Ehlers. That's a nice one. We've got a red prism numbered out of 199 for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby.
Hey, those are great cards. Love that. He's been awesome this year, so too. Another
Yes.
point per game season. He's on track for it. Amazing.
Got a base of UC Saros in case you want that one, Aaron. Pretty cool.
I'll take anything of Juice. He's a good goalie.
Yeah, but definitely a very nice Crosby. Can never go wrong with a nice numbered parallel of one of the greatest of all time for sure. On to pack number five, still looking for our autograph, and I believe two more numbered base parallels as well. Got a photo driven of Shane Wright, a retro of Brandon Hagel, the sunset of Sergei Bobrovsky. On to pack number six, got a retro rainbow rookie of Jack Quinn, a photo driven of Matty Beniers, and a retro of Austin Matthews. That is the halfway point. Like I said, still looking for that autograph, still looking for at least two more numbered base parallels, I believe. Looks like we've got something pretty nice coming up in this pack. But first, we have a galvanized insert, first one of those, of Alex Ovechkin. Also have an OPG Premier, an OPG Platinum Premier, which these are Easter eggs, I believe, for the Chicago Blackhawks, Patrick Kane.
Nice. Those are cool cards.
We've got a rainbow of Sam Reinhart, and we have a seismic gold, numbered out of 50 for the Carolina Hurricanes, Brent Burns.
Nice. He's your guy tonight.
Yeah, apparently so. I wish it was Slavin, but hey, can't go wrong with Burnsy either. That's a very nice card in person. Very nice pack there. Insert of Ovi, an Easter egg of Kane, and a seismic gold of Brent Burns. Pretty darn solid there for sure. Very nice pack. On to pack number 8. Still looking for that autograph and at least one more numbered parallel. Got another galvanized of Seth Jarvis. We have a retro for the Washington Capitals, Alex Ovechkin. Cool card. And a sunset of J.G. Pageau. On to pack number 9. So we're starting to get down to it here. Still looking for that autograph. Feel like it's got to be coming pretty soon here. Got galvanized of Taylor Hall. We have a rainbow rookie of Juuso Parssinen. And we have another hot magma, this time a rookie, numbered out of 499 of Vladislav Kolyachonok. Again, really nice looking cards there. 3/4 of the way. 3 packs to go. On to pack number 10. Looks like this is going to be our autograph. First up, we have got a rookie for the Seattle Kraken, Shane Wright. Got a photo driven of Gabriel Landeskog, a rainbow of Tyler Bertuzzi, and our autograph is a blue veteran auto of Tomas Hertl. Obviously a pretty decent name there. Nice card.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Always nice to get a veteran as opposed to just like a common rookie too, so can't complain there. 2 packs to go. We'll see if we can get anything else, but I believe we have gotten everything that we should. So we'll see if we can get any bonuses here. Got a rookie of Andrei Kuzmenko, a sweet selections of Shane Wright, a retro rookie of Shane Wright, and we have an extra matte pink for the Chicago Blackhawks of Philip Roos. And on to our 12th and final pack of the evening. Obviously, quite a few packs opened up in this episode, but it's been a very fun time. So in that last pack, we have got a sweet selections of Braden Tracy, a rainbow rookie of Samuel Poulin, and we do have an extra numbered card. This is an aquamarine numbered out of 149 for the Toronto Maple Leafs of John Tavares.
Hey, not bad at all. Finishing off with the Leafs card. Can't complain.
There you go. So that is OPG Platinum. Always a beautiful product. Obviously, even the base cards are just really nice in person. So yeah, definitely a fun rip there. Lots of cool parallels, and obviously getting a pretty decent autograph there is always really fun. So yeah, definitely fun. And like I said, that was the first time I've opened Platinum, so that was a very enjoyable experience as well. So I think that'll pretty much wrap up the episode. Obviously went over a lot of products. Sometimes we have product heavy episodes, sometimes it's more conversation based. So, if you like hearing about new products, this is definitely a good one for you. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get back into some more conversations here coming up. But I think that'll do it for me. Is there anything else you want to add, Aaron?
No, I'm good. I mean, it was great insight from Billy, as far as Parkhurst goes, and as far as your breaks, it's always cool to see different varieties of products. So all around solid.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, of course, as always, big shout out to Paul at Upper Deck for sending these boxes our way. We greatly, greatly appreciate that he does that and is very generous with what he sends us and allowing us to showcase all of these products for you guys. I know a lot of you really enjoy when we have Billy on and are able to hear some of those backstories on products and the inspiration behind them and what goes into them and all of that. So really appreciate that. Obviously, Billy is willing to spend the time to share that, but also Paul as well for sending product for us to open up for you guys to hear more about. So yeah, I think that will do it for the episode. So as always, please be sure to follow us on social media. We can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Center Ice Cardcast and on Twitter at Center Ice CC. Please also be sure to subscribe to the show on your podcast platform of choice to make sure you never miss a future episode. Until next time on Center Ice Cardcast, keep collecting those hockey cards.